Yesterday's seminars were great. I think Professor An, after you finished your session, you left, right? You did not.
Hello.
Serena.
Oh. You can start. Professor, you can start now.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum, Faridin.
Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, all right.
Bahradan, where are you now? Are you in Uzbekistan?
Yes, I am from Uzbekistan. I am from Kakant.
Ah, okay, very good.
Okay, Mamajan, you can start your lecture.
I was told that there would be some quick introduction. Was it already done? Did I miss it?
Yeah. They did it without the microphone on. Okay, so you go ahead.
Okay, sure. Hello from Uzbekistan. Handong Global students. It's great to see you. Why don't you come, sit closer? Why are you all in the back over there? Just like in the actual lecture hall, right? They fill up the back rows. Can you see well? How is the sound?
신년군 그 컴퓨터를 좀 앞으로 당겨 주세요. 학생들과 가까운 쪽으로 당길 수 있나요? Yeah, he's moving his computer closer to the students. Okay.
Yes, that's better. I want to see them closer too.
Yeah. Hi, Irina.
All right,
Okay.
that's better. Thank you very much. Greetings from Uzbekistan. My name is Mamurjan Rahimov. I have known Handong Global University and Professor An and his team since 2015. So then we met at Higher School of Business, which was renamed since then several times. And currently the school is called the Graduate School of Business and Management in Tashkent. I don't teach there anymore, but I keep in touch with them. We do some joint projects like yesterday. Several Korean professors, as a part of Unit Win project, they conducted lectures on leadership, Korean entrepreneurship, and female entrepreneurship. Professor An was one of the speakers. So even though, COVID-19 has been, keeping us all far from each other physically, we are together, we are working together, we are cooperating, we are learning together. By the way, today is my birthday.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Today is my birthday, so it's great. Thank you very much, thank you very much. So you see, real teachers, they even teach on their birthdays. So no matter what, we teach. So the great thing about teaching is that, we get to learn more new stuff all the time. So I would like to read you this invitation email I got from Handong Global University. So just a fragment of it. On the 21st of May, Handong University holds a seminar to enhance understanding of international development and cooperation for undergraduate business and economics students and help to gain a high-level perspective in various fields such as digital marketing and AI innovation in the field of international development, right? Therefore, we would like to invite you and kindly request to hold a session in the field of digital marketing, right? So at above intermediate level lecture. So today's topic is digital marketing. With your permission, I will start sharing my presentation. Just a moment. All right, can you see the slides? All right, excellent. So I named my presentation Digital Marketing in Uzbekistan and Beyond because throughout my presentation, I'll be mainly talking about digital marketing developments in digital marketing in Uzbekistan, but I will be also from time to time comparing Uzbekistan with countries like South Korea, United States, and other developed countries, other developed nations. Okay. Well, I got a bachelor's degree in marketing from Emory University in Atlanta, Georgia, United States. And later I got a master's degree in economics from University of Illinois in Chicago. But, you know, digital marketing back then, it wasn't as widespread and as strong as right now. So especially, you know, talking to Korean students, you know, you live in the 21st century, you live in the midst of digital marketing, right? So it's very hard to surprise with any new thing about digital marketing talking to Korean students. But, you know, Uzbekistan is different. You know, in many ways, we are living in the 20th century when it comes to marketing techniques, technologies. You know, we are still behind in many ways, but, you know, yet we have quite a few nice developments going on. For example, here on the cover page, I put a picture of Yandex Go taxi. You probably know the company named Yandex. It's a Russian company. So in 2018, they officially entered Uzbekistan market, and they are providing, you know, they're like an aggregator, right? Online taxi aggregator, right? They are providing taxi services, but they don't own any taxi cars. Well, right? Unless a few service cars for their top executives in Uzbekistan. Since 2018, they invested millions of dollars into digital marketing in Uzbekistan, right? Marketing their digital services in Uzbekistan. And currently they run thousands of cars in Tashkent and few other cities. Interestingly, they haven't, you know, in 3 years, they haven't covered all of Uzbekistan. You know, they just in few major cities. I think in Fergana, Samarkand, right? Tashkent, so some major cities. In other cities, you know, people still use the old kind of taxis, you know, you just wave down on the road or you call, you know, actually our digital marketing in Uzbekistan is heavily dependent on Telegram. Do some students in Korea use Telegram? You know, little bit, yeah, little bit, right? Because Korea has its own social networks, its own, you know, different kind of applications. So Uzbekistan is one of the top countries in the world using Telegram, and it's used for all kinds of marketing, and it's one of the strong pillars of digital marketing. What I'm saying is that those smaller companies which cannot invest heavily in applications and, you know, formal digital marketing, they're using Telegram to promote their services. I'll talk about this further in my slides, but I want to make a point that we are being, considered, Uzbekistan is being considered as a target market by digital marketing companies like Yandex. Now Netflix is also becoming very popular in Uzbekistan. In fact, I've never taken a digital marketing course myself. Like when I was a student, it wasn't, there were very few courses on digital marketing. So I've never taken a digital marketing course by myself. So, and last semester, I mean, the spring semester, I was offered to teach digital marketing. I declined. I can't, I don't want to teach a whole course, which if I haven't taken a whole course. So they gave me services marketing, which is, closer to what I do. Besides teaching at Westminster University, I'm involved, from time to time, I'm involved in different projects in Uzbekistan, and we provide consulting services. So as a result, I know, and in many cases, we provide services, consulting services to service companies, right? But throughout the semester, we used the case method of teaching and learning. So my students and I, we discussed such companies as Amazon. Particularly, we talked about Amazon's Kindle service, Uber, Netflix, TripAdvisor, and of course, Zoom was one of the topics that we discussed, how the Zoom became such a successful company, especially COVID-19, gave it a strong boost in becoming one of the leading online digital companies. So, but I can teach a seminar on digital marketing because whatever I do overlaps with digital marketing. Nowadays it's impossible to ignore, it's impossible to bypass digital elements in marketing. So as you can see here, the word teach reflects as learn. Right? Did you know that? Of course, some touch-up was done here to the letters, but teach was, can be reflected on the water as learn. So by preparing for this seminar, I also learned quite a few things. I looked up some advanced material. Because I'm a faculty member at Westminster International University here, I was able, using my faculty account, I looked up some good quality material on Harvard Business Publishing. So I learned a few things, new things for me and theoretical, and I would like to share with you today. So 3 goals for today's seminar is, first part is the shortest part, is how the UnitWin project is applied to developing countries. Right? So I'll be talking about UnitWin project in particular, and the practice of the ideology, let's learn and give people of education at Handong University. And the last one, these are like major points, parts of my lecture today. And the last one is understanding and application of digital marketing and AI in developing countries in the 4th industrial revolution. Okay, so my part is mostly digital marketing, but I will be also touching on artificial intelligence as well, a little bit. Okay, how are we doing?
Fine.
All right, students, I would like to encourage you to raise your hand and ask any questions at any time. I don't like holding back any questions till the end, because I know by the end you'll be exhausted. So if you have a question about any terminology, any keywords here, any definitions, please raise your hand and stop me. So I'll be talking about cooperation between UniTwin and Uzbekistan Graduate School of Business and Entrepreneurship today. We'll be talking about digital marketing in the 21st century and how digital marketing is being realized in Uzbekistan. So it's like those three things in more specific ways, right? So about the cooperation between UniTwin and Uzbekistan Graduate School of Business Entrepreneurship and other schools in Uzbekistan. So about the UNESCO UniTwin cooperation in Uzbekistan, do you recognize this famous professor? Yes, right. This is our dear Professor An at Graduate School of Business and Management in Tashkent. So he was in this seminar, he was lecturing our students on leadership in the 21st century. And I was probably somewhere in the corner doing simultaneous translation into Uzbek language. Right? So before COVID-19, Professor An and his team, he used to visit Uzbekistan twice a year during winter break and summer break, right? With his team. And one of the directions of our cooperation is providing high quality lectures on cutting edge topics. For example, leadership in the 21st century, right? Also, he came with a very strong team. Each time, you know, different professors attended these seminars. Also, together with Professor An, we visited different constructions, you know, manufacturing sites in Uzbekistan. So Professor An is well familiar with higher education in Uzbekistan, manufacturing, business environment. So besides students, he also gave seminars and lectures for business people in Uzbekistan. And over the years, Uzbekistan business people and students have benefited a lot from UNESCO UniTwin cooperation. We've had faculty exchanges, student exchanges, and joint research. Here, Professor An is, you know, discussing business development in Uzbekistan with one of the famous Uzbek business people, Mr. Hikmat Abdurrahmanov, and he is also owner and founder of a network of co-working centers in Uzbekistan, more like business incubators. And now I would like to give you more specific points that we'll cover today, we'll try to cover today. I would like to, now that we have talked about UNESCO UniTwin projects in Uzbekistan, I would like to turn your attention to specifically to digital marketing. And always we start with definitions, right? Because definitions are important. Definitions, in my opinion, definitions are half of the knowledge. The other half is how you use this knowledge, right? So half of the knowledge is definition. So we'll begin with definition of digital marketing from different sources. Then I'll try to give you a contrast between traditional marketing and digital marketing, types of digital marketing, some of the types of digital marketing, and we'll contrast digital marketing in developed versus developing countries. How digital marketing enables marketing function of companies. If I forget this, remind me. Understanding the concept of segment of one. This is going to be definitely above intermediate knowledge for you. Have you heard about segment of one? Handong Global students? Have you heard about segment of one? This one here. Segment of one. And we'll talk about that toward the end of the lecture today, and how COVID pushed companies to go digital in Uzbekistan and beyond. I'll be giving you some local examples. And I have some additional stuff like what's holding back development of digital marketing in developing countries. So let's go to some definitions of digital marketing. This is a definition of digital marketing from Kotler and Armstrong textbook 2009. Digital marketing is a form of direct marketing which links consumers with sellers electronically using interactive technologies like emails, websites, online forums, news groups, interactive television, mobile communication, and etc. Okay. Is that clear? Yeah. So it's seen, you know, as a digital marketing is seen as a form of. So the first line is the most important one. The first line of the definition. Digital marketing is a form of direct marketing. Do you know direct marketing? Did you study marketing? What is direct marketing? So you probably know, let's go to the basics. You probably know marketing mix, which is better known as 4 Ps, right? Yes, very good. So when customers are targeted directly. So let's go to the basics. So I think all the students present today, they know marketing mix, 4 Ps, right? Raise your hand if you know marketing mix. You know marketing mix? Yes. Everyone knows marketing mix? 4 Ps? Yes. Thank you very much. So the marketing mix consists of product, price, place, promotion, right? The 4 Ps. Therefore, we call it 4 Ps. Okay. Now, if we go to promotion mix, right? All of these mixes consist of mixes, right? I mean, we can like zoom in. We can zoom in and go into each one. So I would like to invite you to zoom into promotion mix. Promotional mix elements, right? You remember the promotion mix. The promotion was a part of the marketing mix. So we're going into zooming into the promotion mix, and the promotional mix consists of several things, such as advertising, right? So there are different ways of promoting your product. Advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, public relations, PR, and direct marketing. And if we go back to the definition of marketing given by Philip Kotler and Professor Armstrong, digital marketing is defined as a form of direct marketing. In other words, as a part of this, right? So we are kind of zooming in. I also tried to look up definition by American Marketing Association. American Marketing Association says digital marketing is the use of digital or social channels to promote a brand or reach consumers. This kind of marketing can be executed on the internet, social media, search engines, mobile devices, and other channels, right? So this is a definition of digital marketing given by American Marketing Association. Now, this is 2021. But, you know, I really love definitions. One of my favorite websites, my students know, right? What is my favorite website? Can you type, Irina, you remember the favorite website? that I recommended? I will in just a moment. My favorite website is, just a moment. To everyone. Dictionary.com. Dictionary.com. So I think that the definition of digital marketing, the two definitions that we saw today, they're very narrow. They view digital marketing as only part of promotional mix, which is a part of the marketing mix. But can you imagine any marketing without digital part? Today, nowadays, in the 21st century, can you imagine any traditional, purely traditional marketing without any digital part? What do you think? Is the question clear? Hello? Is the question clear? Can you imagine any kind of traditional marketing without digital? That's my question to the audience. Rarely, right? So G says rarely, okay? Any other answers? What? Can you imagine any pure traditional marketing nowadays? Maybe ad billboards, okay, very good. But even ad billboards are now digital, right? Irina, for example, you know, Irina, you live in Tashkent. So nowadays in Tashkent, they're removing all the traditional billboards with, like, you know, printed advertising, large printed advertising, and putting the digital screens, right? Which have, you know, they flashing at night and during the day, and they have different images switching, right? Different brands. So even advertising billboards are now digital. Right? Any newspapers, all right? Newspapers have digital presence. So of course you can have newspapers delivered to, yeah, talking. Yeah, now talking is not digital, right? But most people are now talking sales talk, all right? Like, how to say, you're talking about sales promotion, right? So different kinds of salesmanship, right? Face to face. Even, yes, even price is assigned by using artificial intelligence these days. Yes, maybe yes, advice face to face. But even if you go to, you know, some shop, especially like high ticket items, like if you're buying a smartphone, or if you're buying a laptop, you go to an electronics shop and there is a salesman, you know, really good salesman, you know, trying to sell you something. You're going to look up the same model online and look up whether, you know, you have better offers or not, you know. So we are even offline, you know, traditional kind of marketing has digital part to it. You know, people do not go somewhere, especially high ticket items, without, you know, with their smartphones where they can look it up, any competing offers. So I think, you know, the time has come that nothing is traditional anymore. You know, there is no traditional marketing left. So we must embrace digital marketing. You know, in Uzbekistan this semester I taught services marketing, and my students wrote papers about different service companies and their problems, you know, like marketing problems. And oh my God, you know, because a lot of these companies did not take into account the digital part of their marketing, they're in big danger. They're in big trouble. Many companies in Uzbekistan, they are ignoring the power of digital marketing, the power of word of mouth, online, right? Online word of mouth. So here we'll compare traditional marketing of 20th century and early 21st century and digital marketing today. So on the left you see you know, photo of TV advertising, like a screenshot of TV advertising of Levi's from 1990s, early 2000, you know, where they're advertising their classic 511 type of jeans, right? The design. So large companies like Levi's, denim company, they have millions of dollars to invest into TV, radio, print, and other types of traditional advertising. And they spend this money and wait until, you know, this kicks in, right? And they don't know if how many customers saw it. They don't know how many customers liked it. They don't know how many customers are buying because of advertising. That's why, you know, this famous quote from, you know, American businessman John Wanamaker is given in many textbooks. It's a famous saying that half of my advertising is wasted. I just don't know which half, right? So traditional marketing is that, you know, traditional marketing is mostly one way, the very little interactivity. So of course, Levi's company can find out how things are working, right? How can they find out if the advertising is liked by customers and how many people bought because of advertising, TV advertising? Students, what do you think? How can large corporations find out about what is working and how it is working and how many people like it? Your comments, your answers? Statistics materials, right? So they conduct by statistics. Yes, they run marketing research, right? They conduct marketing research after advertising on TV, for example, and billboards. They conduct marketing research to find out how many customers actually liked it and how many people acted on it. Right, and they look up at the statistics of sales before and after. So, you know, especially marketing research, primary data collection is very expensive. So not every company can afford. So large companies definitely have advantage over small companies and startups, small businesses on marketing, right? They could do full marketing and they could use all the tools of marketing. But now, in the fast forward to 21st century, let's call this entrepreneur here, this young lady on the right, let's call her Kate, right? Let's call her Kate. So Kate, she's really good at making design t-shirts. You know, she can put different kinds of ornaments, right? Print stuff on t-shirts, and she makes it first for herself, and then she finds out that, you know, her friends also like it. Then her friend, one of her friends, let's say John, sets up a Telegram bot, or Telegram channel where she can put her artwork, put her t-shirts with different designs and receive orders without renting any square feet of shops, somewhere in the malls, without actually investing anything on TV advertising. She's in the business, right? Because of digital marketing. And she starts receiving orders. And in fact, she doesn't even have to deliver by herself. There is Uber services, like in Uzbekistan, we have Yandex, they deliver. We have a homegrown taxi company like Uber, we call it My Taxi. They deliver, right? So delivery is in place, advertising in place, and she starts selling her stuff she can start selling her stuff from day one. So this example shows that digital marketing has actually leveled the field for large corporations and small startups, small businesses, family businesses. So they're able to start marketing their products and services digitally from day one with minimum investment, right? Of course, they invest their skills and knowledge and time, but without capital investment, right? Without heavy investment into even the printing, she can outsource to someone. The main thing, she has ideas, what to print and where to print, what kind of colors to choose. And by the statistics of sales, she can tell which designs are selling better, who is buying it, from where they're buying it, right? So she can see the statistics readily available, which was in the past only available for top executives in top corporations. So digital marketing has allowed mushrooming number of small businesses throughout the world. And in Uzbekistan, particularly during COVID-19. We already saw this stuff. I'm going to skip this one. So some of the types of digital marketing, we can differentiate between organic digital marketing and inorganic digital marketing, also known as inbound versus outbound marketing, outbound digital marketing. So here on the left is my YouTube presentation. This was in Uzbek language, YouTube presentation that I posted about a year ago, and by now it has almost 100,000 views.
Can I boost this?
Excuse me? Questions? I hear some Uzbek students' comments. Okay, here we see my presentation on YouTube about a year ago on small business ideas, marketing's role in small business ideas. And it already has about 100,000 views, almost 100,000 views on YouTube. And I receive a lot of comments and questions and invitations for cooperation, for consultancy, and they ask for my training courses, they ask for my books. So, through this kind of presentations, blogs, or company's own website, companies can invite inbound traffic, so this, you see, it's very organic. People are attracted, right? So this is like in marketing is similar to pull strategy, right? So you just generate interest among the audience. So I have generated interest among the audience about marketing in Uzbekistan. In Korea, marketing is a part of your life, but in Uzbekistan, we didn't have marketing during Soviet Union. So marketing is something new for most Uzbek people still. So, and I'm one of the promoters of marketing in Uzbekistan. So by this kind of presentations in Uzbek language on YouTube, Telegram, and other, face-to-face presentations, I'm generating organic interest in marketing and marketing services. Now, this is fresh photo on the right. Do you see what it is? It's like cable transport on the mountains. This is from my hometown in Andijan region. It's a small town called Honobod. And, excuse me, I hear some noise or comments. What is it? Okay. So this is actually in Uzbekistan. This cable transport is in my hometown. It's a small town called Honobod in Andijan region. As you can see, it's Andijan here written on the cable, this cable transport. And they started, the town started heavy advertising campaign on Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, and YouTube, promoting tourism into this small town in Uzbekistan. So this is an example of inorganic, outbound marketing, which is, you're pushing your product, you're pushing your services to potential target customers, right? Potential audience. Now, this is, as I was researching digital marketing, I think you're all familiar with, marketing funnel, right? Marketing funnel. Hello? You're familiar with marketing funnel. So marketing funnel is, so you start with targeting certain audience, and by the time you convince them to purchase your products, you lose some of them, right? Because some of them are not your target audience, some of them are not interested, or some competitor has different market offering, better market offerings. So when it comes to digital marketing, the same applies. So digital marketing funnel. So the main goal of digital marketing is to drive traffic to your application, drive traffic to your website, drive traffic to your social networks page, right? And then you have to engage with the audience, right? Generate inquiries, and finally it is convincing customers to purchase. So it's we start with awareness, discovery, consideration, and conversion. You convert people who are hesitating whether to buy or not your service to first try your service, and then maybe they become your lifetime customers. So what is the tofu, wofu, and bofu here? It's top of the funnel, right? It's a top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, top of the funnel, middle of the funnel, and bottom of the funnel, right? So the traditional marketing jobs done by traditional marketing is carried out by digital marketing now to drive traffic, engage with the audience, generate inquiries, and convince customers to purchase. So many companies nowadays, I'm speaking about Uzbekistan, but I think this applies also to other countries. many companies, they fail to engage with audience and generate inquiries. And they're not doing enough effort to convince customers to purchase. As a result, the digital marketing funnel is not working for them. They're losing a lot of current customers and they're losing a lot of potential customers because they're not realizing that digital marketing is also marketing. It's just you are integrating all available digital marketing tools. Okay. Now, I think this cartoon from marketoonist.com is really self-explanatory, right? I'll give you a minute to read and, think about this marketing cartoon. It's a very popular cartoon site about marketing. I posted this cartoon on my marketing coursework for graduate students at Westminster International University in Tashkent last semester in the fall. I gave them a task and I posted this one at the end of my assignment, a paper assignment. So I know Korean companies were most ready for COVID, right? Because Korea is one of the top countries in internet penetration and internet speed, right? And literacy, computer literacy is very high. But many countries like Uzbekistan, it was a very big shock for us to go digital, right? And here, in a corporate headquarters, some executives are discussing and they're saying digital transformation is years away. I don't see our company having to change anytime soon. And then this COVID-19 metal ball is striking the building, shaking up any expectations about the future. Right? Do you agree with this cartoon? All right. So what does this mean to you? I would like to see or hear some comments. What do you make of this cartoon? Any comments? Do you like it? Do you like the cartoon? Do your professors use cartoons in their classes?
Yeah, yes, we do. We sometimes use the cartoon.
Okay. So, but I don't see any comments from students. It's like almost 9 o'clock in Korea, in South Korea. They look like they're falling asleep already after a long day of study. So I see some comments here. Is it from Korean students? Let's see. Any company which is not agile to digital transformation will fail. Right. And Kazımcan Karimov from Uzbekistan, he said he likes this. Famous saying very famous saying by Bill Gates about digital, the future. Actually, he told about now. He told this many years ago, but it's very famous among marketing professors. Mikrofonları öçürüp koyamıza şovqun bo'lyapti. Mikrofonları öçürüp koyamıza, hurmatli tinglovchilar. Savollar bo'lsa yoqib gapiraveramiz. I'm speaking some Uzbek to my Uzbek students here. Sorry. So I was talking about the Bill Gates, famous sayings by Bill Gates. He said that in the future, there will be two kinds of companies. Do you know this one? Can you continue without Googling? In the future, there will be two kinds of companies. Anyone remembers this? Professor Hashimov, Bill Gates, about the future companies?
One of these
You
main
remember?
companies.
Look at this, you know, Korean students are very optimistic. There will be only two kinds of companies, Samsung and Apple. This made my day. Really good. We love Samsung. You know, this is Samsung. This is good. You know, Professor Han, this is joke of the day. You know, this is really great joke of the day. In the
Yeah.
future, there will be two kinds of
Mine is
companies,
also
you know, Samsung and Apple.
Yeah, I give the prize to the Samsung and Apple who made that answer. Okay.
Okay, Professor Han, I don't know. I haven't met the student G here. Is that a student G? Are you a student or a faculty member?
I guess the Professor Bomaji.
No, that's not Bamaji, right? This is young gentleman here with the mask.
Oh.
He's wearing Apple design mask,
Oh.
right? He's a white Apple design mask, you know, or is it Samsung mask?
Oh no. Yeah. I see, Mr. G. Okay.
So, you know, Professor Han, when you come to Uzbekistan, I'm gonna send Mr. G a special prize from Uzbekistan.
Okay.
For his great comment, you know, that Bill Gates said in the future there will be two kinds of companies, Samsung and Apple. This is great. I love it. You know, this is great comment. I know it was a joke, right? But if you Google it, you know that Bill Gates, what he said in the future there will be two kinds of companies. First, companies which have online presence, yeah, and those who have no presence, right? Here, there will be two types of business in the next 5 years. Those are on the internet and those are out of business, right? Thank you very much for looking it up. So there will be two kinds of companies, those who have online presence and those who have no presence, right? So without online presence, the company's long-term development is doomed. You know, in the long term, these companies will lose their competitiveness, right? Without online presence. And COVID-19 really, you know, showed us like so clearly. We were not ready, but it's like we couldn't fly. You know, many companies in Uzbekistan, especially small companies, they haven't learned how to fly and they were pushed off the cliff. Right? They had to learn to fly. All right, thank you. So we spent enough time on this cartoon. I think I'm glad you liked it. So I want to give you some local examples. This gentleman here on the left in a jacket, right? The one who's wearing you know, yellow pants and navy blue jacket. He's Akmal Paiziev. He is one of the founders of My Taxi company. My Taxi. Yes, it's like competitor of Yandex Taxi, yeah, which is local representative of Uber, right? So you know, My Taxi has local investors. It's a locally developed product. It's a taxi services integrator, right? It's in integrator services, and they provide. And here I want to use the, you know, artificial intelligence. So My Taxi uses artificial intelligence. So for example, you all know when you use Uber taxi or any equivalent of Uber taxi, when you give feedback to the driver, if a driver receives low feedback several times in a row, he's automatically excluded from the application. He's no longer able to receive orders, right? I mean, this is artificial intelligence, right? Artificial intelligence using algorithms to sort out bad drivers and to send customers only best drivers, right? So there, you know, it kind of artificial intelligence is shaping the market. And, you know, I use my taxi and Uber from time to time. You know, our local Uber is Yandex. Yandex is a kind of partner of Uber in Russia. So they expanded to Uzbekistan a few years ago. So nowadays, you know, if I use Yandex taxi or my taxi, the taxi cars are cleaner now. You know, drivers are, you know, they're kinder. You know, the customer service, I can feel the, you know, improvement of customer service. Why? Artificial intelligence built in the application, in the software, is weeding out bad drivers, dirty cars, and with bad manners. Drivers just not able to receive any orders, right? So, of course, we are far behind South Korea and United States and Germany in applying artificial intelligence, but even the little bit of it is already making a big impact on customer service and marketing in Uzbekistan. So, and based on artificial intelligence, prepares a rating of best drivers every year. You know, the best drivers of the year, best driver of the month. This is done automatically, and here Akmal Paziev is giving some diplomas and some prizes to some of the best drivers, right? It's amazing, you know, and thanks to using artificial intelligence and advanced methods of digital marketing in Uzbekistan, my taxi has been able to stay in the market even in the face of strong competition from Yandex Taxi. Now, Yandex Taxi is rebranded as Yandex Go because they deliver packages, they deliver food, and also they, you know, provide regular taxi services. But you know, my taxi, they chose a different path. They launched a different service for deliveries. It's called Express 24, right? My Taxi Express, and now it's Express 24. Okay. So Yandex, it was, as I told you, they launched a few years ago in 2018, and as in order to attract customers, they put many Mercedes-Benz premium cars in service. And of course, this was spread on Telegram, Facebook, Instagram, and people started sharing their selfies in these premium cars for low prices. And as a result, Yandex taxi application became #1 in the downloads in Uzbekistan. Okay, so by using traditional and digital marketing methods, Yandex Taxi was able to capture a significant portion of Uzbekistan's taxi market. Now, some local examples. You know, in the United States, in South Korea, when you talk about digital marketing, what comes into mind is usually Samsung Digital Services, you know, Hyundai, and you know, other big companies. But digital marketing in Uzbekistan, because of you know, our market is young and relatively smaller, digital marketing is actually, it's how to say it, the grassroots. You know, it's being developed at the grassroots level. There are very few venture capitalists in Uzbekistan, very few angel investors, very few foreign investors coming and pouring millions of dollars into, local startups, digital startups. So local companies, local entrepreneurs, they're using digital marketing to promote their services. For example, in Uzbekistan, we have very fertile land, we have very developed agriculture. So nowadays, people are canning, especially in summertime, people are canning all kinds of fruits and vegetables, right? For winter, right? So in winter, when all these fruits and vegetables are expensive, they just open one can and they enjoying the salads and fruits. So there are some entrepreneurs in Uzbekistan that started their Telegram channel for canning, right? And they have thousands of customers who order different kinds of canning products for tomato, cucumbers, carrots, and fruits, and they even recipes are customized, and they deliver to customers' homes. So a few years ago, my wife used to do that. She used to can at home. So I said, we live in an apartment, and in the summertime it's already hot. So I said, okay, let's find some service provider online, whoever is doing this online. And not surprisingly, there were some entrepreneur women. They're canning this, as you want, according to your recipe, and they're delivered to your home. You just pay the money, and then it comes to your door, right? So in Uzbekistan, digital marketing is being embraced like that at the grassroots level. Traditional things are going digital, right? Or they're using digital marketing to promote their products online in different channels. Or I would like to tell you about marketing of Andijan ice cream. Nowadays in Uzbekistan, everyone is talking about Andijan ice cream. Yes, Sherzad Sharipov, you raised your hand. You have a question or comment? Mr. Sharipov. Oh, maybe he pressed by mistake or something. Any comments, questions?
But the issue is the taste is different totally, with Mr. Rahimov.
Excuse me?
The taste is totally different. I tasted it in Fergana Valley, but I tasted it in Tashkent. They are totally different, the taste.
I see. Right. I myself haven't tasted this ice cream yet, but I think because I'm a marketer, I have to taste it. I have to risk my health, but I have to taste this ice cream. Sometime. I'm getting ready for this. Now, Professor Han, can you imagine this ice cream is everywhere? I think they're gonna be the first Uzbek company to reach Mars.
Really?
Yes. Super popular. It's Andijan ice cream. You've been to Andijan, right? So it's branded as Andijan ice cream. And here in the center, this is a photo. It's not very clear because it was on a cloudy day. This is in a Yazyavan desert. Like there is a highway on the desert, and I'm going like 100 kilometers an hour. And there is a lady selling ice cream in the middle of the desert. There is no village there, no houses, nothing. There is ice cream right there. And on the left, this is a photo from my friend. He took a picture of Andijan ice cream. You see on the push cart, someone is selling ice cream during traffic jam in Tashkent. in downtown Tashkent, there is a traffic jam and there is someone, you know, like, you want to kill your time. Here's some ice cream right here during the traffic jam they're selling. And on the right, this photo is from the internet. This is a lady is selling ice cream. You see, she has electronic scales. You know, it's electronic scales here in the middle of cotton field. You know, there is a highway passing cotton field, and she's selling ice cream there as well. You know, like this is like a Uzbek startup. This is Uzbek startup, and they're everywhere in Uzbekistan now. If I go out now on my way, I'll meet 10 of them at least. Some of them they're just carrying in the box, some of them on wheels, some of them stationary, Andijan ice cream. And they think, you know, why am I telling about this traditional marketing during digital marketing presentation? The customers are discussing this ice cream online. They're being really criticized a lot. You know, some customers are praising that they're everywhere, so convenient, but so many customers are complaining that the taste is not the same everywhere, the price is not the same everywhere, even the uniforms are not the same. What makes them one is only name. The name is Andijan ice cream. They don't have official Facebook page, they don't have official, you know, Instagram page where they're actively engaging with the customers. You remember that digital marketing funnel? They're ignoring everything about digital marketing. They're forgetting that they're living in the age of digital marketing. So I think they're losing a lot of potential customers and current customers because they're ignoring the digital marketing. But they're not realizing they're being discussed by customers who are online with their exchanging digital comments. Okay, one comment here. Just a moment. Only individual vendors are selling ice cream within the ice box? Yes, Mr. G. It's like it's just amazing. You could try something like this in South Korea as well. I don't think it will take off, but you know, Uzbekistan is unexplored market. So, you know, they have production sites all over Uzbekistan. They produce ice cream in Uzbekistan. And they sell wholesale to individual vendors. Anyone can become individual vendor. I can actually, after this class, I can go there, I can buy an ice box, you know, I can buy an ice box, and I can buy like 10 kilograms of ice cream and some, you know, ice cream cones. I can wear some plastic gloves and a mask and a hat and go out on the street and start selling. That's why they're everywhere, even in the desert, in the middle of desert, in the middle of highway traffic. They're everywhere, but they're ignoring that customers are online all the time. The price is not fixed. The price is fixed at the wholesale, but at the retail, everyone is charging their own price. Am I right, Professor Hashimov? Have you tried this?
Yeah, of course.
Right, you know, this is like a phenomenon. It's like we think, you know, we have to write we have to write a business case about this company, but this is not. It's a group of companies trying to promote ice cream consumption, and they're using production concept in marketing. Do you remember production concept in marketing? Companies who follow production concept in marketing, they believe that the success is achieved through constant improvement of production and distribution methods. All right, so production concept, this is from Principles of Marketing, by the way. So companies which follow production concept, they believe that they can achieve success in the marketplace by improving their production. It's not delicious, it's not the most delicious ice cream in Uzbekistan, but it's everywhere. So they have improved production, they have localized production, so but it's produced in different cities, you see. So they moved production closer to the consumption. This is actually a part of fourth industrial revolution that we're talking about, right, students? You know, one of the elements of fourth industrial revolution is that production gets closer to the consumption, right? Production companies are coming closer to the consumers. So Andijan ice cream is following the fourth industrial revolution. Professor Hashimov, can you really connect that, you know, Andijan ice cream and fourth industrial revolution?
The first industrial revolution.
No, but Andijan ice cream is actually somehow, you know, by default, they're following the fourth industrial revolution. In the one of the requirements of one of the elements of fourth industrial revolution is that production moves closer to the consumption, to the markets. So Andijan ice cream is not only produced in Andijan, it's also produced in Tashkent. It's also produced in other big cities, and it's distributed from there. You know, early in the morning, these young entrepreneurs, they go with ice boxes to the wholesale site. They get 5-10 kilograms of ice cream, and then they start going, you know, yelling Andijan ice cream from street to street, from door to door, from business to business, and from car to car. They're promoting this ice cream. This is really, really interesting phenomenon. But one of the shortcomings is that they don't have active online presence to engage customers, to work with customers. Now, next thing is segment of one. Have you heard about this term? If you haven't heard about the segment of one before this class, you probably heard about segmentation, right? Marketing is all about segmentation. So in order to better serve our customers, we divide them into different segments, right? For example, here, there are customers of different colors here, or different genders, different ages. So we are sorting them according, you know, for simplicity here by color, right? By orange, blue, right? Yellow and purple, right? We are sorting them. And for each color, for each type of segment. So now this is mixed market, right? They're, you know, undifferentiated marketing. This is example of differentiated marketing, where we are trying to serve customers who are similar, right? Customers who share common needs and wants, right? But for a long time, marketers talked about improving segmentation by doing better marketing research, but thanks to artificial intelligence, thanks to digital marketing tools, nowadays we can segment down to one person. So, for example, you know, today's most active students, Mr. G, right? Mr. G, he is not just one of thousands of Handan Global students, but he is Mr. G. We know he is for, you know, your companies where you buy stuff, the supermarkets from where you buy, They know what kind of good products you like. You know, they know what kind of brands you like. They know your allergies. You know, they know your interests, your passions, for example, your favorite sports. So that way they can target you down to one. They can target you specifically without targeting all Handong Global students, without targeting everyone in South Korea, everyone in your town, everyone in Seoul. They can target one person at a time. Right? This was in the 20th century, it was just a dream. You know, it's like, how can you know your customer in person? Now, let me ask students, do you know the wealthiest person in the world? Who is the wealthiest person in the world? Okay, comments in the comments section. Oh, Bill Gates is long gone from the list. I mean, no, it's not. They know. They're just Korean students today. They're a bit sleepy. Elon Musk, sometimes Jeff Bezos, right? These two entrepreneurs, the two business people, they're competing daily to stay on top, right? You know, Jeff Bezos.
Zuckerberg.
Jeff Bezos. Yeah, we are here listing some of the wealthiest people in the world. It's either Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk. I want to particularly talk to you about Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is the founder of Amazon, right? He's the founder of Amazon. And the Amazon's strength is actually segmentation. He's able to segment to down to one person. So I'm sure as students you bought books on Amazon, right? When you buy books on Amazon, they make customized recommendations according to your previous purchases, right? Or even your current purchase. You buy a book, and then they say, you know, customers who bought this book also bought these other books by the same author. So they make a recommendation based on your choices. Not everyone in Seoul, not everyone in South Korea. They're generating the artificial intelligence built in on Amazon website and Amazon application is able to make an offer to you based on your choices, based on your previous purchases or current interests. So segment of one is when using artificial intelligence, companies are able to target each customer one at a time. This is actually magic of marketing nowadays, which would be impossible without artificial intelligence, without digital marketing. If everyone just left their business cards or just jot down their papers on your customer visitor journal, you wouldn't be able to make sense of this millions of people. But thanks to artificial intelligence and digital marketing nowadays, marketers are able to target down to one person and make a specialized offer to each customer. And that's creating a lot of millionaires and billionaires throughout the world, thanks to artificial intelligence. You know, recently I had a problem with my Amazon Kindle, and I went to customer service on Amazon website. I typed in customer service, And they solved my problem in less than 3 minutes. The customer service of Amazon, they fixed my problem with Amazon Kindle account in less than 3 minutes. I was chatting with Amazon customer service, but I know it was not a human being. It was Amazon artificial intelligence answering my questions and suggesting solutions. Can you imagine under 3 minutes? So what's holding back development of digital marketing?
What's holding back?
Yes. In South Korea, nothing is holding back, right? Is one of the writings on the Postco gates in Pohang. You know, I was in Pohang. I visited Handong Global University once, and I visited, Postco company. You probably everyone have seen on the Postco gates. They say resources are limited. Creativity is unlimited, right? Mr. G, are you there? Can you say that in Korean? Resources are limited, creativity is unlimited in Postco. Korean students, can you say that in Korean?
I haven't heard of.
Let me write this for you. Just a moment. I read at Postco gates. Just a moment. Yes, yes. Actually, in my visit to Pohang, this was one of the most interesting. Just a moment, I will post this. Yeah, next time you go to Postco, pay attention at the gates. You know, they have, in the main gates, they have this saying, resources are limited. It's written in Korean in half, and then on the other side, it's written in English language. It's very inspiring, you know. What I'm saying is that in South Korea, you have all the infrastructure for digital marketing. You have everything. You have technology, super fast internet. The entire nation is online and internet is cheap. Payment methods are secure and safe. What's holding back development of digital marketing in Uzbekistan? Now, in Uzbekistan, why did I put this picture of cake here? First of all, it's my birthday today, right? As I told you, it's my birthday today. So I would like to share a virtual cake with you, everyone. Right? So that's the first reason I share this cake here. And the second reason is that in Uzbekistan, you know, comparing Uzbekistan and South Korea. Thank you very much, Professor Hoshimov. Thank you very much. Enjoy the cake. So, second reason is that, you know, digital marketing in Uzbekistan is just the icing. You know what I mean? It's like just the icing, this thin layer on the cake is digital marketing. The rest is still very traditional marketing, which is having a hard time, grasping the idea of going digital. They're still not understanding the power of digital marketing. Whereas I think in countries like South Korea and United States, only small amount of mom and pop shops are left traditional. Others are just digital, just all digital. For example, in South Korea, I saw a lot of shops without not many customers, like on the side of the street, there are small shops, and there are not so many customers. And I asked Korean colleagues, how do they pay rent? I said, how do they pay rent? And they say, well, most of the sales are online. This is just a showroom. You know what I mean? So the cake is online and offline presence is just the icing on the cake. In Uzbekistan, it's vice versa. It's like we still heavily dependent on traditional marketing, digital marketing, online marketing. Digital marketing is just the small layer on top. And what is holding back is still people are not educated about digital marketing. People do not know the power of digital marketing. Payment methods are not very well developed. Okay. And what else can you add? Professor Hashimov, you also here. What's holding back development of digital marketing, especially in countries like Uzbekistan?
Maybe digital literacy, first of all, because
yes,
yeah,
absolutely, I agree. Digital literacy, but we don't even have credit card system. We don't have credit card system because credit card is safer than the bank card, because credit card companies, if you, for example, you've used it in South Korea, United States, if someone steals your credit card number and they buy something, you just call the credit card company and they will just replace your funds, right? You will not lose money. You just have to inform your credit card company. But bank cards, we have bank cards. If you lose money, you lose your money. Right. Yeah, and yes, we also lack creativity. We still do not have, business incubators. Again, our big headache. We do not have business incubators. So to give marketing literacy, to have digital marketing literacy, you have to have first marketing literacy, right? So many of the things, but we are very happy that we are working with Handong Global University and other Korean universities through UnitWin network, because you live in the future. You're really years ahead of us, so we can learn from you through exchange programs and this kind of seminars and discussions. We can learn from each other and speed up the development of our economies. And like you are graduating soon, right? Handong Global students, you are senior students as far as I know, right? You're senior students. So by understanding countries like Uzbekistan, you can do more business, right? You can do better business already. POSCO, big corporations like POSCO, Hyundai is there in Uzbekistan, but smaller startups, Korean startups, medium businesses, small businesses, they still are not actively involved in developing economies, development. Thank you very much for your attention, for joining us today online. Here are my contacts for any questions or comments, especially I would appreciate your feedback about today's session. This is my office. This is where we work, Westminster International University in Tashkent. We welcome you if you visit Tashkent. If you visit Uzbekistan, we welcome you at our university here. My office is on the second floor. Some references, of course, at the end. Really nice reading, so please find these readings, textbooks here, especially 2 books I highly recommend from Harvard Business Publishing. Thank you very much, Professor An, for providing this opportunity for UNITWIN Network. We appreciate your constant support and cooperation. We look forward to seeing you online and offline in Uzbekistan.
Yeah, you did a great job today.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, Professor, once again for your precious lecture. Can you hear me? Is it audible? So we, before we take a group picture, I wanted to ask if any of us had a question for the professor once again.
Yes, please. I'm here.
네, 조금만 앞으로 와줄 수 있으세요?
So we have a student who is willing to ask a question. Can the student come up to the front?
Yes, yes.
쭉 당겨도 돼요.
He was, I read, just now I read one feedback from, comment from Ye Chan Ji, right? Ye Chan Ji made a great comment here about segment of 1 and artificial intelligence, how much we should let artificial intelligence know about our choices, about our personalities. Yes, and privacy is always an issue, right? Privacy is always a matter of, concern. When I was in the United States, they, one supermarket chain started installing fingerprint payment method at the checkout. So you could just come, you would just one time you would link your fingerprint with your credit card or bank card, and then next time you could just go shopping, just without anything. You just, as long as you have your finger, you could buy anything in the store, which is really convenient. But then many customers started complaining about privacy. It's really against privacy of customers, and the supermarket chain had to remove it. Thank you. Yes, next question, please.
네, 말씀하시죠. digital marketing in Uzbekistan has been growing in depth with the use of Telegram, AI, that kind of stuff. 들리나요? That is because importance becomes greater in the age of COVID-19. Korea delivery service market becomes larger, so that these two companies concentrate in digital promotion. Then what field of market in Uzbekistan is growing involved with digital marketing for your opinion?
the sound is not very clear. I would like to ask someone to type the question for me. There is an echo in the background. Okay, I think this is it. Thank you for the lecture. Yeah. Yes. Many food on digital promotion. Then what field of marketing in Uzbekistan is growing in large with digital marketing, for your opinion? Thank you very much. This is very good. Delivery services in Uzbekistan also booming. You know, a lot of companies actually set up their own delivery companies. For example, you know, KFC, you know, works, has its own delivery as well. Many supermarket chains, they have their own delivery companies. But I think the biggest growth came in Uzbekistan because of COVID-19, and digital marketing allowed expansion of education. You know, several universities opened up and they enrolled students and started teaching online without having physical buildings. Can you imagine how much they save on you know, not having a physical building to maintain and stuff? I was teaching part-time at several universities which did not have any campuses, right? They just start up university, but they enroll several hundreds of students, and they start teaching the first semester, and then even into the second semester, some of them, they went online. And another industry which was really, which benefited from COVID-19 and its influence on the market is the wedding industry, you know, wedding industry. So because government gave permission for only small weddings, up to 30 people, and then later on 50 people. Now they say maximum 100 people. Usually Uzbek weddings involve at least 1,000 people, you know, traditional weddings, at least 1,000 people. Hundreds of people, you know. Now weddings are smaller, and you know, many people are happy that COVID came, you know, especially young people who could not get married because they had to save up a lot of money for wedding. Now, you know, they can just sell their iPhone and then get married. So wedding industry has expanded a lot. Have I answered your question? Delivery, education, and wedding. And all the related businesses, of course. I have a question from a local student. Does culture and local values make digital marketing in Uzbekistan different? Yeah, absolutely. You know, thank you, Nara, student using, you know, abbreviation, initials. So culture and local values make digital marketing in Uzbekistan different, and how? So it's two questions in one, two in one. Absolutely, local values and culture, they influence all types of marketing, including digital marketing. For example, what is permissible, right? So, for example, some, you know, in European countries, some, you know, when you are promoting, a lot of nudity is considered normal, right? Whether online or, you know, traditional billboards. You know, if you travel to European countries, you see a lot of half-naked people, and for them it's normal. But in Uzbekistan, that would not be welcomed, right? So marketers in Uzbekistan, both traditional and digital marketers, have to be aware of what is taboo, what is okay, and what is not okay. So therefore, yes, local culture and values make impact on marketing, and how, and for example, what is allowed to be posted online, what is actually booed if it is posted online, right? What is received as normal and not normal, right? People are now able to express their opinion openly in big consumer websites. How? You know, for example, in Uzbekistan, we have a website called Potrебители.uz. This is how. And this Potrебители.uz group, it's especially active on Facebook. If you go on Facebook, Potrебители.uz, it's one of the largest online communities in Uzbekistan. So if they express their opinion about traditional and digital marketing in Uzbekistan, and sometimes companies have to withdraw or take necessary corrections into their marketing programs after receiving feedback through Potrебители.uz.
Thank you so much, Professor, for your precious answer toward the question. So this is a quick announcement to the students in Uzbekistan connected through Zoom. So we are planning to take a group picture right at this moment. So we really appreciate if you guys could turn on your camera so you guys could join through the display. We're going to change the view toward the gallery. So we hope you guys could all come toward the picture.
저희 학생분들도 잠깐 나와서 다 같이 사진 찍으려고 해가지고 다 나와줄 수 있나요?
So all students from Uzbekistan, please turn on your cameras so you guys could join our group picture.
Kameralarni yoqib olamiz, hozir umumiy bir fotoga tushib qo'yamiz, rasmga tushib qo'yamiz. Iltimos, kameralarni yoqib olinglar. Bu ham bitta yangi an'ana. It's a new tradition. Right? Koreys studentlari o'sha yerda o'zida turyapti, hammasi. Hozir men ham olib qo'yaman, bitta selfie olib qo'yaman mana shu yerda.
이거 제가 이거 관리를 할 테니까 취업생이 찍어줄 수 있어요? 그러면은? 네. 잠시만요.
Murodjon, bitta selfie tashlab qo'yaman sizga.
Rahmat, rahmat.
Assalomu alaykum.
Va alaykum assalom, yaxshimisizlar? Rahmat, vaqt ajratganlar uchun.
Good evening from Cambridge.
Hello, from Cambridge International University.
Yes, yes. Assalamu alaikum, teacher.
Wa alaykum assalam.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
How are you? Good afternoon.
Andijon muzqaymog'ini yeb zaharlanmaganlar bormi? Professor, this is very nice tradition to make a selfie of online audience.
Yeah, right.
Online and
Great.